The lights dim slowly, almost like the night itself is taking a deep breath, preparing for something unforgettable. There's a quiet hum in the room, a kind of electricity that you can feel in your chest before you even hear a single note of music. The Hollywood Palladium stands glowing, filled with voices, laughter, anticipation, and something even deeper than that. Pride, strength, unity. This isn't just another awards show. This is a night where stories are told without needing to be spoken. Where journeys that took years, sometimes decades, finally find their moment under the spotlight. A night where women don't just stand on stage, they lift each other higher. And as the curtains rise on the 2026 Billboard Women in Music, what unfolds is more than just performances and trophies, it's a celebration of resilience, evolution, and identity. From the very first moment, you can feel that this night is going to be different. It begins with an energy that feels both intimate and powerful. The kind of energy that makes you sit up, lean forward, and realize you're about to witness something special. And then, without warning, the show begins. The host steps into the spotlight, not just to speak, but to perform. There's no slow introduction, no gradual build. Instead, it hits immediately: confidence, charisma, and presence all at once. The opening performance isn't just entertainment, it's a statement. This is a night where women take control. The audience responds instantly. Cheers echo through the venue, applause fills every corner, and you can sense something powerful forming, like every person in that room is connected by the same heartbeat. And as the night moves forward, moment after moment begins to stack, each one more unforgettable than the last. But then comes a performance that feels like time itself pauses. The stage lights shift into warm gold tones, and there's a brief silence, a kind of collective inhale. And then she appears. Zara Larsson. Dressed in shimmering fabric that catches every flicker of light, she stands confidently at center stage. There's something about her presence that feels effortless, but if you look closely, you can tell, this moment means everything. The music begins. Midnight Sun. From the very first note, her voice cuts through the room with clarity and emotion. It's not just technically perfect, it's alive. Every lyric feels intentional, every movement connected to something deeper. Her dancers surround her, moving in perfect sync, creating a visual rhythm that mirrors the song itself. And then, just when it feels like the performance has reached its peak, something unexpected happens. She rises. Lifted into the air by her dancers, Zara continues to sing, flawlessly, powerfully, without hesitation. It's not just impressive, it's symbolic. A woman being lifted, supported, elevated, while still owning every second of her voice. The crowd erupts, and in that moment, you understand why she's here. But what makes it even more powerful isn't just the performance, it's the story behind it. Later in the night, as she accepts the Breakthrough Award, Zara stands at the microphone, holding the trophy in her hands. There's a smile on her face, but it's not just joy, it's recognition of everything she's been through to get here. She speaks honestly. She reminds everyone that while this may be her breakthrough moment, she's been working for over 10 years. 10 years of building, growing, learning, and sometimes, being overlooked. And then she says something that stays with everyone in the room. I became the most me around amazing women. It's simple, but it hits deeply. Because that's what this night is really about. Not just success, but support. Not just talent, but transformation. And as the night continues, that message keeps echoing in different ways, through different voices. There's a moment when three artists take the spotlight together: EJAE, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Amy. Their journey is different, their style unique, but what connects them is undeniable. They represent a new wave. A sound that blends cultures, challenges expectations, and creates something entirely fresh. As they are honored as Women of the Year, there's a sense of pride not just in their success, but in what they represent. Their rise isn't just personal, it's global. It's proof that music has no boundaries, and that voices from anywhere can resonate everywhere. The audience watches closely, many of them visibly emotional. Because they're not just seeing artists being recognized, they're seeing history being written. And then comes another shift in energy. A quieter moment. One that doesn't rely on big choreography or high notes, but instead, on feeling. Mariah the Scientist steps into her moment as rising star. There's something gentle yet powerful about her presence. Her journey hasn't been loud, but it's been real. And in her speech, you can sense that authenticity. She speaks with gratitude, but also with quiet confidence. Like someone who knows that this is just the beginning. And that's the beauty of nights like this. Some artists are celebrating their legacy. Others are just getting started. But every single one of them belongs here. Then there's Tate McRae, the hitmaker. A title that sounds simple, but carries weight. Because making a hit isn't just about numbers, it's about connection. It's about creating something that people feel, something they carry with them long after the song ends. And Tate has done exactly that. As she stands on stage, there's a mix of excitement and humility. She knows what this moment represents, but she also knows the work behind it. The hours in the studio, the pressure, the expectations. And yet, she made it look effortless. The audience cheers not just for her success, but for the honesty behind it. Then the tone shifts again. This time, into something stronger. Bolder. Ella Langley steps forward to accept the Powerhouse Award. And the word fits perfectly. Because her journey isn't just about music, it's about presence, strength, identity. She represents a genre that has often been dominated by tradition. And yet, she's carved her own space within it. Her voice, her style, her story, it all feels unapologetically hers. And when she speaks, there's a fire in her words. Not anger, but determination. The kind that says, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. And then comes a moment that feels almost otherworldly. La Fee, the innovator. Her music doesn't follow trends, it creates its own space. A blend of past and present, of classic and modern, of simplicity and depth. As she accepts her award, there's a calmness about her. A quiet confidence that doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. She represents a different kind of strength. One that doesn't demand attention, but earns it. And as the night moves forward, the stories continue to unfold. Kehlani takes the stage, receiving the Impact Award. And the word, impact, suddenly feels bigger than just music. Because her influence goes beyond charts. It touches people. Her honesty, her vulnerability, her willingness to speak about real issues, it all creates a connection that feels deeply human. And when she speaks, the room listens. Not out of obligation, but out of respect. Then comes a legend. Talia, the icon. A title that carries decades of influence, culture, and transformation. As she stands on stage, there's a sense of timelessness about her. Like she exists beyond trends, beyond eras. She's not just part of the industry. She helped shape it. And her presence alone feels like a reminder of how far things have come, and how much further they can go. Then, another powerful moment. Tiana Taylor, the visionary. And the word fits in a way that feels almost incomplete, because her vision extends far beyond what we see. She's not just an artist. She's a creator, a storyteller, someone who sees the world differently, and then brings that vision to life. Her speech is passionate, emotional, filled with gratitude but also purpose. She doesn't just accept the award. She honors it. And then, the night expands even further. Beyond borders. Beyond continents. The beaches take the stage, representing Canada. Bani follows, representing the Philippines. Two completely different sounds, cultures, and journeys, but united by one thing. Global impact. Their words are filled with gratitude, not just for their success, but for the support they've received from their home countries. And in that moment, the room feels bigger. Like it's not just one stage in one city, but a reflection of something worldwide. Because music doesn't belong to one place. It belongs to everyone. And then, as the night slowly begins to settle, there's a feeling in the air that's hard to describe. It's not just excitement. It's not just celebration. It's something deeper. A sense that what happened here matters. That these moments, these performances, these speeches, these stories, they're not just temporary. They leave something behind. Inspiration, motivation, connection. And as the lights begin to dim once again, you can't help but think about everything you just witnessed. The voices, the journeys, the strength, the unity, and maybe, just maybe, you start to wonder what comes next. Because if this night proved anything, it's that this story is far from over. And somewhere out there, right now, another voice is preparing to be heard. Another journey is beginning. Another moment is waiting to happen. So the question isn't whether there will be more stories like this. It's which one will be told next.